All right, so you found the one, you're ready to say yes to the dress, but maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed with all the choices out there, especially as a plus-size bride. We're diving into some expert advice today from Darianna Bridal and Tuxedo, all about finding the perfect silhouette to make you feel absolutely stunning on your big day. They recommend three main styles: mermaid, A-line, and sheath. Probably already know, like the basics of those. But we're going beyond just the names today. We're really understanding how these styles work with your curves, not against them. First up is the mermaid, and Darianna Bridal says, and I quote, "There is no better shape to show off curves like a mermaid."
Okay, so I get that it's curve hugging, but what makes it so special for plus-size brides in particular?
Well, the magic of the mermaid silhouette is how it creates that balanced hourglass look. You know, the fitted bodice is going to accentuate the bust and the waist, and then that dramatic flare from the knee down balances everything out. It's all about highlighting your natural curves in a way that's both sophisticated and sexy.
So it's not just about being tight, it's about that proportion and balance. Exactly. And to really nail that balance, the neckline is key, especially for plus-size brides. So let's say you have a larger bust, a V-neck or a sweetheart neckline, especially with some well-placed boning or, strategically placed cups in the bodice, is going to give you the lift and support you need, while still showing off your décolletage. A good seamstress can work wonders with those little details.
That's so helpful because I've heard some brides worry that a mermaid might feel too revealing, but it sounds like it's all about having the right structure underneath.
Absolutely. Now, if you have a medium or a smaller bust, you have more flexibility with necklines. A strapless sweetheart could be beautiful. An off-the-shoulder style add the touch of romance. Or even a bateau neckline, that goes straight across from shoulder to shoulder, can be surprisingly elegant. And don't forget, detachable sleeves are always a great option to switch up your look from ceremony to reception.
Speaking of the reception, what about dancing comfort in a mermaid? Those skirts look amazing, but are they practical for busting a move?
That's a great point. Yeah, some brides do opt for a second, more comfortable reception dress if they're set on a mermaid for the ceremony. But honestly, even within the mermaid silhouette, you have options.
Hmm,
A skirt that flares out from just below the knee rather than the thigh can give you more freedom of movement.
good to know. So much to consider with just this one silhouette. Let's move on to the A-line, which Darianna Bridal calls universally flattering. What makes it so versatile, especially for plus-size figures?
Well, the A-line is wonderful because it really does flatter so many body types. It's all about that gradual flow from the shoulders down, creating that graceful, elongated line. And with A-lines, you have the choice between a natural waist, which sits at the smallest part of your waist, and a dropped waist, which sits lower, closer to your hips.
Okay, so I can picture that shape, but how do you know which waistline is right for you?
Okay, well, if you have a longer torso, a natural waist A-line is going to create beautiful balance. Imagine like a bride with a long torso and a natural waist A-line made of like a flowing chiffon, maybe with some delicate lace appliques cascading down. It's so romantic and ethereal. Designers like Name of Designer are known for their beautiful plus-size gowns in this style.
Oh, that sounds stunning.
Nice.
So what about a dropped waist? Who does that work best for?
If you have a shorter torso, a dropped waist A-line can actually create the illusion of length. It elongates the torso, which can balance out your proportions. But even with a shorter torso, if you love the look of a natural waist, don't rule it out. A plunging neckline can also create a lengthening effect by drawing the eye upward.
I'm starting to see how all these little details can make a big difference. So we've got the dramatic mermaid, we've got the universally flattering A-line. What about the sheath? It's described as sleek and contemporary, but how does it work for plus-size brides who want something a little more modern?
The sheath is a great option if you love clean lines and that minimalist aesthetic. Now, some might think it's too simple for a wedding dress, but that's where fabric choice comes in. Imagine a sheath in a luxurious Mikado silk, which is a heavier fabric that provides beautiful structure and smooths everything out. It could have a subtle train for a touch of drama, and you could add like a statement belt to accentuate the waist.
Mikado silk, I haven't heard of that one. What's it like?
Mikado is similar to satin but has a bit more body to it. It drapes beautifully and holds its shape well, which is perfect for creating a sleek silhouette.
So you're saying a sheath isn't just like a simple slip dress. It can be really elegant and sophisticated depending on the fabric and details.
Exactly. And just like with the mermaid, you can play with necklines to create different looks. A high neckline can be very chic and modern, while a sweetheart neckline softens the look and adds a touch of romance.
This has given me so much to think about. It's amazing how many options there are within each silhouette.
And this is really just scratching the surface. We haven't even gotten into embellishments, accessorizing, or The importance of finding a stylist who really understands plus-size silhouettes.
Well, it sounds like we have a lot more to cover. Stay tuned because this deep dive is just getting started. I think it's easy to get caught up in like the technical stuff, the silhouettes, the fabrics, but finding the perfect dress is also about how it makes you feel.
Oh, that's such an important point. You can have like the most technically perfect dress in the
Mm,
world,
yeah.
but if it doesn't make you feel confident and radiant, it's not the right dress.
Okay, so how do you help brides get past those preconceived notions of what they should wear and tap into that feeling of this is the one?
Well, a lot of it is about like asking the right questions. I try to understand their personal style, what kind of wedding they're envisioning, and how they want to feel on their big day. Sometimes the dress that makes you feel the most beautiful is the one you least expect. If you ever had a bride who came in with like one idea, ended up falling in love with something completely different.
All the time. I remember this one bride who was adamant about a ball gown, but then she tried on a fitted trumpet style, and she was just blown away by how it accentuated her curves. She was like, this is me. I never thought I could pull this off, but I feel amazing.
Exactly. Those are the moments that make it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
It's about helping brides see themselves in a new light and embrace their unique beauty.
So it's not just about the dress itself, it's about the confidence that comes with finding the right one.
Absolutely. And that's where a skilled stylist can really make a difference. It's like having a fashion therapist
Yeah.
who can help you navigate your feelings, your insecurities, and all those like external pressures that we were talking about.
And for plus size brides, finding a stylist who specializes in those silhouettes is crucial, right?
Absolutely. A stylist who truly understands plus-size silhouettes knows how to highlight your best features, camouflage any areas you're self-conscious about, and create a balanced, harmonious look. They know all the tricks of the trade, like how to use the right undergarments to create a smooth foundation, which seams can be let out for a more comfortable fit, and how to accessorize to complete the look.
So it's not just about finding a stylist who's nice. It's about finding someone with real expertise in plus size styling.
Right. You need someone who can look at your body type, your dress, and immediately know what alterations will make it fit like a glove. They can also be invaluable in helping you find the right accessories.
I bet they've seen it all. The good, the bad, and the just plain weird when it comes to wedding dress accessories.
Oh, absolutely. You wouldn't believe some of the things I'd seen. But seriously, a good stylist can steer you away from those common pitfalls and help you find accessories that complement your dress and your personal style. It's about enhancing your natural beauty, not hiding it.
So let's talk specifics. What are some fabrics that tend to look especially good on plus size brides?
Well, it really depends on the silhouette and the overall look you're going for. But in general, heavier fabrics like satin, mikado, or even a structured lace can provide great support and smooth out any lumps or bumps.
You mentioned Mikado earlier. It sounds like that's a good option if you want a really sleek look.
Exactly. It has a beautiful sheen and drapes so elegantly. Perfect for like a modern bride who wants something sophisticated but not fussy.
What about if you want something a little more flowy and romantic?
Chiffon and tulle are always beautiful choices. They create that soft, ethereal look. Like a chiffon A-line with lace appliques could be absolutely stunning. And don't be afraid to consider a fabric like crepe, which has a beautiful drape and a subtle texture that can be very flattering.
Okay, so we've got fabrics for structure and fabrics for flow. What about embellishments? Are there any that work particularly well for plus-size brides?
For plus-size brides, I think less is often more when it comes to embellishments. You don't want to overwhelm your frame. Strategically placed beading, lace appliques, or even a touch of sparkle can add a touch of glamour without being too over the top.
I've heard some people say that plus-size brides should avoid horizontal details, but I've also seen some gorgeous gowns with horizontal beading or lace that look amazing.
It's all about the placement and scale of the details. Horizontal details can actually be very flattering if they're done right. For example, a beaded belt that sits higher on the waistline can create a beautiful hourglass shape. Or imagine a mermaid gown with delicate lace appliques that gradually get larger towards the hem. That creates a sense of movement and drama without cutting you off at the widest point.
So it's about working with those details to
Right.
create the right proportions and flow.
Exactly. And don't forget about the back of the dress. A beautiful back detail, whether it's a keyhole cutout, illusion lace, or a row of buttons, can add a touch of sophistication and drama. And let's not forget about accessories. They can really make or break a bridal look.
Okay, let's talk accessories. What are some things plus-size brides should keep in mind when choosing their jewelry? Headpieces and all those extra touches.
For plus-size brides, it's all about choosing accessories that complement your dress and enhance your overall style. So instead of dainty necklaces that kind of get lost in the fabric, opt for statement pieces that make a bold impact, like a chunky necklace, a dramatic pair of earrings, or a sparkling hair comb. And don't be afraid to play with color and texture. A pop of color in your shoes or a textured belt can add personality and visual interest.
It's all about finding those little details that express your personality and complete the overall look.
Exactly. And remember, accessories should enhance, not overpower, your dress and your overall beauty.
So we've covered silhouettes, fabrics, embellishments, and accessories. What about the foundation, the undergarments? What are some must-haves for plus-size brides?
Oh, the right undergarments. They can truly make or break how your dress fits and how confident you feel. For plus-size brides, shapewear is often a game changer.
Okay, let's talk shapewear. I know it can be a little bit of a controversial topic. Some brides love it, some dread it. What's your take?
Well, I think shapewear has come a long way. It's not about like squeezing yourself into a smaller size. It's about smoothing things out and creating a sleek canvas for your dress to hang on. It can make you feel more supported and confident, which is what really matters.
So it's like a secret weapon, not a torture device.
Exactly. And there are so many options available now. You can find shapewear that targets specific areas, like you can get high-waisted briefs to smooth the tummy, or a shaping slip to create a smooth line from bust to hips.
Do you have any favorite brands or styles that you recommend to your brides?
It really depends on the individual and the dress. But some brands I like are brand name and brand name. They offer a wide range of styles and sizes, and their pieces are designed to be comfortable and breathable. I always tell my brides to try out a few different options and see what feels best on their body.
And don't forget the bra. That's got to be super important, especially with strapless or low back styles.
Absolutely. A well-fitting bra can make all the difference in how your dress looks and how you feel. For strapless dresses, a good strapless bra or a long-line bra that provides extra support is essential.
Have you ever had a bride who was totally against shapewear, but then you kind of convinced her to at least try it on?
Oh yeah, all the time. I had this one bride who was very body positive and felt that shapewear was like going against her beliefs. But her dress just wasn't hanging right without some support. So I suggested a very lightweight shaping slip, almost like a second skin. And she was amazed by the difference. She said she still felt like herself, but just a slightly smoother, more confident version.
It's all about finding that balance between feeling comfortable in your own skin and having that extra bit of support to make the dress look its best.
Right. And that's what I love about being a stylist. It's about helping brides find that sweet spot where they feel beautiful, confident, and authentically themselves.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about silhouettes, fabrics, embellishments, accessories, and even undergarments. What are some of the biggest mistakes you see brides making when shopping for their wedding dress?
Hmm. One of the most common mistakes is bringing too many people to the appointment. While it's great to have support, a huge entourage can lead to too many opinions and ultimately leave the bride feeling overwhelmed and confused.
It's like that saying, too many cooks in the kitchen.
Exactly. I always recommend bringing just a few trusted friends or family members whose opinions you truly value and who understand your personal style.
What about timing? When's the best time to start shopping for a wedding dress?
Ideally, start browsing and gathering inspiration about a year before the wedding. But hold off on serious shopping until about 6 to 9 months before the big day. That gives you enough time to explore options, place orders, and allow for alterations.
So don't rush into it, but don't wait till the last minute either. What about being afraid to try on different styles? I bet some brides get stuck on one idea in their head.
That happens all the time. I always encourage my brides to be open to trying on different silhouettes, even styles they never thought they would like. You might be surprised at what flatters your figure in ways you never imagined.
It's like saying yes to the dress, even before you know what the dress is.
Exactly. Embrace the element of surprise and trust the process.
All right, so we've talked about the don'ts. Now let's talk about the do's. What are some tips for making sure the wedding dress shopping experience is positive and productive?
Do your research. Browse online. Check out bridal magazines. And create a mood board with styles that inspire you. That way, when you go to your appointments, you can show your stylist what you like and don't like.
It's like creating a visual language for your dream dress.
Exactly. And be honest with yourself and your stylist. Don't be afraid to say what you're feeling, whether it's love, hate, or just plain uncertainty. A good stylist will listen to you and help you find a dress that reflects your unique personality and style.
That open communication is so important. And lastly, don't get discouraged if it takes a while to find the perfect dress. It's out there.
It really is. It's a journey, and the right dress will find you.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Well, it sounds like we've covered just about everything a plus-size bride needs to know to find the dress of her dreams.
I hope so. Remember, it's your day to shine, to celebrate your love, and to feel absolutely radiant. The dress is just a part of that.
So true. Confidence is the most beautiful accessory you can wear. Thanks for sharing all your incredible insights with us.
It was my pleasure.
And to all you beautiful brides-to-be out there, go forth, embrace your curves, and find the dress that makes you feel like the queen you are.